What is the longest coaster you can physically build in Theme Park Tycoon 2? This is the question that has plagued humanity for millions and millions of... Okay, it's literally just me that cares about this probably, but I want to see what the longest coaster is that I can build in Theme Park Tycoon 2. And well, I think I have some smart ideas on how to do exactly that. Oh, and of course, make sure to stick around to the end to see how long this coaster ends up being. Okay, so let's get started with our roller coaster right here. What are we going to use? Now, this is maybe just because I'm an absolute child right here, but I think it'd be incredibly funny just to use the caterpillar coaster for this incredibly stupid coaster. I don't know, man. I think it's just the perfect fit. Let's go with it. So I'm just going to place this a little bit away from the entrance right here so guests can actually jump on this. We, of course, want a super long train right here because, you know, who wouldn't want to ride this incredible ride? And also, it'll be like, you know, one ride every 9 hours, so worth it, I guess. Okay, so how do we make this really, really slow right here? Well, the magic of a chain lift right here, or in this case, actually drive ties, but you know what I mean. And just a lot of them, just kind of a lot of them. But if I keep on building them like this, well, it's going to take probably about 9,000 years. But there is a much more efficient way to do this. So we're going to go into the advanced editor right here, into the chain lift. Make this very long, something like this right here. And we're just going to keep on building that basically right here. Then we're going to build up to the corner, build a nice corner right here. And well, I think you get the idea. That's right, guys. Now we're going to go back this way. Who could have seen this coming? And well, that's basically the basis of this coaster right here. It's just going to be a lot of this. But don't worry, I still have a couple more tricks up my sleeve to make this incredibly long. But first, we do just need to actually build this coaster right here. So without further ado, well, let's get going. Okay, well, I may or may not have hit a small little issue here. And that is if we try to click anymore, you can see we have hit the maximum spline count for a single track. Which basically boils down to there are too many spines on this track. There is too much length on this track. But I still think we could probably sneak out just a little bit more length. And that's mostly on these pieces right here, where they're literally just 3 pieces like that. If I just replace this with one long piece, then as you can see, we can now build an extra one. And another one. So what I think I'm going to have to do right now is go through all of this track right here and remove those 3 pieces and turn them into one. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be painful, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to be painful. I'm going to save you guys the pain and do it off camera. So that'll all be done in 3, 2, 1. Alright, and I have done that. That totally didn't take forever. This is totally worth all the time I'm putting into this. But anyway, with all of those pieces replaced, we can now build a lot more track. So, well, there's not really much else to do right here except from build that track. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys have already seen me building this right here. I don't think this is the most exciting thing for you guys to watch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish this right here, and I'll be back very, very shortly, I'm sure.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, and here we go. I present to you probably one of, if not the longest roller coasters ever built in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Although actually not quite yet. Because like I said earlier, I still have a couple more things to make this go even longer than it is right now. And the first thing right here is straight into the operations tab. Now in here you can change a bunch of stuff like the track fiction, you know, the brakes power, and a bunch of other things right here. But the main thing that I want to change is, well, the chain lift speed right here, because this is all chain lift. So now this is something like 4 times longer than it was before. And I'm also going to just up the track friction right here just in case. And then if we put this onto testing right here, well, you can see this is already quite slow right here. I mean, this is already going to take quite a while to get all the way around the track. But it doesn't end there, because I have one more thing right here, which is the ride mode. Now, if we go into here, you can see there's a bunch of different ride modes, including multiple laps mode, 3 laps. That means this entire coaster will go around the track 3 times. But it doesn't end there, people, because we can go into custom mode right here and basically just do unlimited laps. Yes, you heard that right. We can do unlimited laps. And if we just use a custom mode, something along these lines right here, that basically just keeps it going on and on and on and on and on. Well, this coaster is pretty damn long. Although, just from my little bit of testing right here, something else that we do need to do is just add a little bit of a hill right here, just so it makes it through the station. Otherwise, it does actually get stuck in the station because of how long it is, which is incredibly stupid, but whatever. Sure, we'll add a little hill. Wowzers, guys, look at that right there. That is incredibly intense. And, well, honestly, now I think this is probably as long as we're going to get this right here. You can probably make this a lot more efficient and in some way make this even longer than it is right now. And, well, that's your guys' challenge down below. Try and make a coaster longer than this. And if there's any other YouTubers watching, I challenge you to make a longer coaster because I guarantee you can't. But anyway, of course, we do actually want our guests to suffer along with us right here. So before we test this out and see how incredibly long this coaster is, well, let's actually build a queue first. And I'm going to keep this pretty simple right here. We're just going to put a queue right here. We'll build an exit, even though we're actually not going to let our guests exit because, well, screw them. And then we're just going to build a really long queue right here, just like so. Just wrap that all the way down here. Maybe we'll even go for the longest queue in Theme Park Tycoon 2 record while we're at it. Haha, screw you, Tycoon. But here we go. I think this is probably long enough for our guests to, you know, endure the most pain possible. So without further ado, let's actually open this up. Let's just make that free. And I'm just going to set the coaster off right here so it, you know, goes through the entire loop right here. And now we can just wait for the guests to accrue on this beautiful coaster. And while we do, well, we might as well time this. So without further ado, let's see how long this coaster takes. Well, it is now the next day. And I think you'll probably notice in the video right there that I actually hid the timer towards the end of that time lapse right there. And that's, of course, so I can very dramatically reveal the amount of time that this coaster takes. And straight off the bat, I'm just going to say this is an insane amount of time. I honestly don't think I've ever seen anyone make a coaster longer than this in Theme Park Tycoon 2. But I can reveal the amount of time that it takes to ride this roller coaster here in Theme Park Tycoon 2. This junior coaster is 7 hours, 47 minutes and 9 seconds, which I believe is a world record for Theme Park Tycoon 2. Please do, you know, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But honestly, that is such an insane amount of time. I had to record all of that 7.5 hours. And because of that, this video has taken forever. So please do leave a like if you appreciate all the effort I've put into this. But that is not the only record I think I've beaten. Because if I just zoom out right here, well, you'll see, there's quite a lot of guests in my queue. Remember how I said I might beat Tycoon on the longest queue in Theme Park Tycoon 2? Well, so there is currently 255 guests in my park right here. Unfortunately, some of them are not in the queue because they're obviously on the coaster over here. Let's go check in with them. I'm sure they're having a great time. Wowzers, look at that. They all look absolutely thrilled. I mean, there's not a single frown in sight, so must be pretty good. But anyway, including those guests that were in the queue before we obviously went to it, there was over 250 guests in this queue right here, which I believe is about 30 more than Tycoon had in his video, and definitely the most that I've seen from anyone else in Theme Park Tycoon 2. So that technically means I've just beat 2 world records at once. Woo! But like I said before, if you do think you can beat this world record right here, please do give it a go. And make sure to let me know if you beat my records right here, which I will be impressed if you do, honestly. This took forever. But other than that, thank you so much to all my members who are popping up on the screen who allow me to do stupid things like this. Without these guys right here, I wouldn't be able to spend literally 8 hours recording one single video where I just tried to build the longest coaster in Theme Park Tycoon 2. And of course, also, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you did enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe, and why not check this video out that's coming up on screen? YouTube says you'll like it, so why not go give it a try? And other than that, I hope to see you all in another video.